Josh Steptoe, the guitar set for the Illegal Eagles.
How many shows do you do a year with this tour?
Around 120 to 130 shows, so it's pretty full on.
How many guitars are you looking after?
Currently we're at 17, which ranges from basses, electric guitar, acoustic guitars and double necker guitar.
How do you keep the schedule of what to change, when to change, how to change? Have you got an organisational system?
Yeah, I've got a Bible and I've got a sort of strings record, how often I change things and just sort of cycle through when I can for each band member.
Frequency, is that down to you then, or is it down to the diary?
Diary's sort of there as a reference, but mainly down to me. Mostly for just how they feel, really. Sometimes you pick up a guitar and you think, oh, it's a bit dirty. You can just feel it's a bit sweaty from the band, and that's when you change it, really.
In terms of like strings, what's the main go-to brand?
So the main brand these guys prefer are just standard D'Addario strings on acoustics and electrics. They just use 10s for the most part. On the electrics, it's all 10s, standard 10s, and acoustics are 12s now. It's a thing to note, Mike used to use 10 to 52s.
Oh, okay.
But recently his luthier said using 1052s has twisted his neck on his guitar. So the heavier gauges compared to the lower gauges, it's kind of moved the neck round, which is bad for it. So ended up just going back on the 10s again.
Hotel California stuff. How do they play it in this particular?
So the setup for Hotel California is we've got a 12-string acoustic with a capo on the 2nd fret. We've got the double necker guitar, which has a capo on the 12-string side, which is all standard tuning. And then we have the 62 telly there, vintage one, which Greg plays.
What's the process? What do you do as a tech ritual? How do you go about organising, getting from here to the sound check and the show?
So once it's all ready to check out, I just tune every guitar, plug every guitar in, check volume pots for crackles, anything like that, anything the band may pick up or an audience may pick up, any fret buzzes on the guitars, and then I'll just check which guitars need a restringing, really. And for ritual-wise, just put on strings normal, but the one I think I'd really like to do is just with all the guitar nuts, just every time I change them, just put some nut lube on there. Right. And that, for me, it seems to keep everything intact.
Yeah, so you use it as a full-on technique, because some people feel that they just need to play a guitar in to get the strings to stretch, but
no, I disagree with that. You've definitely got to really give a pull, and just retune, play them, obviously. And the main thing, once I'm happy with it, I normally just give the 12th fret a little bend, and if it stays in tune at that point after the bend, that's when I'm pretty happy.
So then you're happy that it's settled?
Yeah.
What was the go-to tuner? What is your...
At the moment, I'm using a oh God, I can't remember the name of it. One sec.
Peterson.
Yeah. Peterson strobe tuner, that's it. I'm pairing it with, probably a controversial thing, but I've got my HX Stomp multi-effects with me. I just had it at home, and obviously I'm on this a lot, so I don't really use it, but I bring it on, and that's got a tuner on it. And the main thing for me with that is that I can plug my headphones in and hear the guitars through the...
So that's your test amp?
Yeah.
So you haven't got a physical test amp, you're going digital?
It's through that, yeah. Okay. And obviously, for acoustics and stuff, when it's really loud, I think a lot of guitar techs have this problem. When the speakers are booming and stuff, you can't get a signal through the acoustics.
No, you can't, no.
And then so with my multi-effects, I just crank up the overdrive pedals and send it into the Petersons, and I've got a signal, nice little signal.